Welcome back, everyone. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably constantly on the hunt for ways to optimize your focus, right? Protect that mental energy. I mean, everybody everywhere tells us we need to meditate to find inner peace. But let's be totally honest for a second. Trying to sit all alone in total silence, trapped with your own thoughts for 30 straight minutes, yeah, that doesn't sound like a relaxing break. Honestly, it sounds a whole lot more like some kind of medieval psychological torture. And hey, it's completely normal if you've been super frustrated by this in the past. If you've ever tried meditation and just straight up quit because you felt like your brain was screaming at you, trust me, you are absolutely not alone. And actually, that's exactly why I put together this explainer. Our goal today is super simple. We're going to look at the hard data and the actual strategies that prove you can gain all those incredible benefits of mindfulness without having to shave your head, move to a mountain to become a monk, or somehow unlock this superhuman ability to totally clear your mind. Section 1. The big meditation myth. Okay, let's just dive right into this and tear down the massive, intimidating wall that stops most of us from even attempting to be mindful. Before we even get into the actual how-to of it all, we really have to destroy a massive, massive expectation. See, people think that to meditate successfully, you have to completely empty your brain. Like, they think if you have just one single fleeting thought about what you're going to eat for dinner later, boom, you've completely failed the exercise. But that is simply not true. As our source material brilliantly points out, expecting your brain to just stop thinking is literally like expecting your heart to stop beating. It's impossible. The reality is totally different. The goal isn't to stop your thoughts. It's really just to notice them. You just want to acknowledge them and let them float right on by like a weird little cloud, rather than latching onto them and spiraling into a full-blown panic attack about your completely useless anthropology degree. Section 2, the 2 crappy minutes strategy. So if we aren't trying to achieve total mental emptiness, what are we actually trying to achieve? And why do so many of us fail at making this a daily habit? Well, the real reason you can't stick to a meditation habit is because you're trying to go from 0 straight to a 30-minute enlightenment session. It's just too much friction. We need to lower the bar significantly. To fix this, we can borrow a brilliant framework from a completely different discipline. This is a strategy I stole directly from author and optimization expert Tim Ferriss. When Ferriss writes, he uses the strategy where every single day his only job is to produce 2 crappy pages of writing. That is the entire metric for success. It doesn't have to be profound, it doesn't have to be brilliant, those 2 pages just have to be created. It's a game changer because it bypasses your brain's natural resistance to hard tasks by completely lowering the barrier to entry and removing all that paralyzing pressure to be perfect. So the crucial point here is that we can actually take Ferriss's writing hack and apply it straight to our mindfulness practice. Forget 30 minutes. Seriously, just aim for 2 crappy minutes. When you wake up, just tell yourself, all I need to do is sit here and close my eyes for 2 minutes. By making the goal incredibly small and just giving yourself permission for the session to be, well, less than perfect, the task feels way less daunting. This is exactly how you consistently overcome that heavy, overwhelming difficulty of just getting started. Section 3, habit stacking for consistency. Now, lowering the bar is great for motivation, but how do we make sure we actually remember to do this every single day? Because let's face it, relying on sheer willpower is always a losing game. To solve this consistency problem, we're going to use a tactic called habit stacking. This was popularized by James Clear in his book Atomic Habits. The idea is incredibly practical. You take a new habit you want to build, so in our case, the 2-minute meditation, and you intentionally attach it to a habit you already do automatically every single day without fail. By piggybacking on those existing neurological pathways, your brain literally doesn't have to work hard to remember the new routine. Let's look at what this actually looks like in practice. For example, every single morning I brush my teeth without fail, despite whatever wild rumors my ex is currently spreading about me. So I made a strict rule. Step 1, immediately after I put my toothbrush down. Step 2, I walk over and sit on the edge of my bed. Step 3, I meditate for 2 minutes. Brushing my teeth just automatically becomes the first domino in this habit stack. Because the trigger is an automatic action, there's basically no motivation needed and very little willpower required. It just becomes this smooth brain sequence of, I do this, then I automatically do this. Section 4, the 4-7-8 breathing method. All right, so we know we're only doing this for 2 crappy minutes, and we know exactly when we're going to do it thanks to habit stacking. Let's pivot from the when to the what and get right into the actual mechanics. I get this question all the time. You've sat on the edge of the bed, you've closed your eyes, now what? Look, I want to assure you, you absolutely do not need to sit there burning a bunch of expensive incense that smells like peppermint, paying rent, pitching a tent, or trying to reinvent a Clark Kent monument. Okay, wow, I kind of lost it there for a second. But seriously, you do not need some complicated monumental setup to make this work. The core instruction is truly as simple as it gets. Just focus on your breath. That is the entire assignment. Just breathe. But if you're sitting there and you find that you kind of need something a little more structured to focus your gelatinized morning brain on, there's actually a very specific data-backed rhythm you can follow. If you need a framework, try the 4-7-8 method. Step 1, you breathe in for 4 seconds. Step 2, you hold that breath for 7 seconds. Step 3, you slowly breathe out for 8 seconds. Following this exact mathematical sequence does 2 incredible things. First, it literally activates your parasympathetic nervous system. That slams the brakes on your stress response and calms your heart rate to put you in a super relaxed state. Second, it gives your busy mind a specific task to focus on, which keeps you totally tethered to the present moment for those full 2 minutes. Section 5, Recap and Final Thoughts. We've covered a lot of ground really quickly today, taking this daunting 30-minute task and shrinking it all the way down into a highly actionable, bite-sized daily routine. Now, honestly, if you do want a guided meditation to make those 2 minutes even easier and remove even more friction, there are tons of great apps out there like Headspace. I mean, I actually really love Headspace, but unfortunately, I haven't received a sponsorship from them yet. So until they're willing to give me some of that sweet, sweet mindfulness cash, I'm going to be promoting just figuring things out on your own. You really don't need a guided app, unless that app works at Headspace and can get me a sponsorship. Headspace, the ball is in your court. Hey, animator, please do not draw a literal tennis ball hitting me in the face on the court. This is a serious educational explainer, okay? Thank you. Let's lock in everything we've learned so you can walk away and execute this today. Here is your rapid-fire recap. Number 1, do not try to clear your mind completely, just observe the thoughts. Number 2, steal the Tim Ferriss strategy and aim for just 2 crappy minutes so you don't overwhelm yourself. Number 3, use habit stacking to attach that tiny session to a daily anchor, like brushing your teeth. Number 4, use the 4-7-8 breathing method to physically calm your heart rate and give your brain a job. And number 5, email meditation apps to sponsor my channel. I want to leave you with this final, highly personal challenge. Can you sit in silence for exactly 2 minutes today without spiraling? Seriously, I challenge you to try it. And hey, if you found this structured breakdown helpful, please subscribe to the channel and leave a gracious compliment in the comments to validate my fragile ego and feed my bottomless need for validation. I'm going to go sit in silence for exactly 2 minutes right now and try really, really hard not to think about my completely useless anthropology degree. See you guys next time.